Hello, once again everybody, this is me, Eric Dish. I just want to do this quick video to tell everybody, say thank you for all the support you gave me on YouTube during 2025. So this will be my last video, and for this we're doing a couple of important facts to bring up. As you know, we'll be having Christmas Eve with my family. It's also probably going to be me doing another video, which I'll be giving away tickets to one of my family members, whoever wins. You'll see that probably post maybe later this week. But enough of that. I've got two important facts to talk to you about. For the last few months, I've not done this. I'm doing a book review. Last one I did was 4 years ago, the same position. I'll let you know that for the last few months I've been reading this book called Interference from Dan Modea, which was published in 1989. And if you want to know just how badly the NFL, and for that matter sports, are fixed, well, this book is for you. And of course, the reason why I'm wearing this Bears football jersey. I just want to say this: you read it if you dare, because this is the scariest book you're ever going to read. In fact, at the end of this, in this jacket flap, Medea makes the famous last word by saying, "Professional football will never be the same again." Correct that. More like life itself, because this thing is not about who fixed games, but it's about I guess you call a slander of pythons that have stranglehold this country. And the sad thing about this book is that Medea does not tell the truth, that this thing is not domestic, but also foreign. And I could go even further by saying it may also be galactic, since some of these people may not be human. And he also starts this book in the foreword by mentioning about there came a time when Major League Baseball was investigating Pete Rose, which, by the way, he should be in the Hall of Fame, because he didn't die last year. He was murdered by the same group that refused to put him back in. But anyway, Medea's story of interference begins before the National Football League was founded. Did you know the first fixed game was in 1906? And as Medea pointed out, it came at a time when the sport was about to get banned, but it wasn't, as you know, then President Theodore Roosevelt created the NCAA, and there's good reason for that, because the bankers, especially the Jewish bankers like J.P. Morgan, told him not to do it. And let's not forget that J.P. Morgan owned the Titanic, which allegedly sank, and now they're saying it did not. And then, of course, they brought up the damaging story in which in 1946, two members of the New York Giants were banned from playing in the National Football League Championship game, which was won by the Chicago Bears. And they've only won 2 championships since then. Coincidence? But probably the most chilling aspect of this book, Interference, as you notice, I'm still reading it because it is a hefty book. The most chilling aspect of this is the number of people that have been voluntarily murdered just because they were at the wrong place at the wrong time, and they didn't have let's say not a edge of sin in their body. And probably the most heinous of his crimes happened in 1975, in which a business person who was working for Oakland Raiders owner Al Davis was shot to death at her home. And yes, it was a woman, which gives you an idea just how much these bastards have no respect for anybody, including women. And now I understand why Rodney Dangerfield failures said, "I get no respect." But in any case, it was because of this murder that led to then NFL Commissioner Pete Rozelle taking a close eye on Davis. And when a reporter asked Davis about why his business associate was killed, he responded by saying, "It is what it is," meaning he was not going to tell the truth about who did it. And this was not the only person that got scraped by these goons. Another NFL owner, you may know him, named Carol Rosenblum, also felt this. And then, of course, came his tragic death in 1979, in which he was found dead in the water. And where I'm going to believe this is what happened to Malcolm Jamal Moore this past year. I know he didn't die, but in any case, Madea, throughout the book, right up until his death, he explained that Rosenblum was involved in some shitty things, such as the fact that he allegedly betted $1 million for his team, the Baltimore Colts, to win the NFL championship over the New York Giants, which did happen. And then, of course, there's the growing rumor that Super Bowl III was fixed. And although it was not mentioned in this book, it was rumored that Rosenblum betted $3 million on the Jets to win that game. And thanks to this book, I've lost respect for Pete Rozelle and, to an extent, Joe Namath, because I don't think he told the truth that Super Bowl III was a wash-up job. But in all cases, like I said, if you want to know just how badly this is and how deep this vagina hole or butthole goes to, this is the book for you. And if you want more information, go on to YouTube, especially the clip I have on my favorites, in which Madea is interviewed by Pat Sajak, on his ill-fated late night TV show. And of course, he mentioned that 70 NFL games in 1979, including the notorious AFC Championship game, may have also been fixed. So that's my review right there, and it's kind of a complicated story, but you got to hang in there, because I know it's going to be a very tough journey if you're going to read this. And on a personal note, I want to give a quick rant to a YouTube channel that I saw several weeks ago, but I don't like it. And to make matters worse, this person is still on, even though her content should be taken down by YouTube. Of course, talking about Kirby Summers, and why I hate her so bad is because 2/3 of her videos is about that man. Of course, talking about Jeffrey Epstein, in which I know he did not exist. Jason Bickford did a video on this situation, and he came to the conclusion that was Chef Anthony Bourdain, and he went even further by showing us how dangerous artificial intelligence has come, while actually did a ear biometric test on that, found out it was writer John Perkins, who wrote a novel called Confessions who wrote a non-fiction book called Confessions of an Economic Hitman, and what happened to him. And to Kirby Summers watching, I pity you. I cannot believe you would do this. You would spend hours of your time on a person that did not exist. There was nothing more than a script. And you also had to drag out videos about Robin Williams and Matthew Perry, which I know they're still alive. And two more bastards that I know that had to sign that contract, which they tell what they have to do, and that even includes faking their death. So do not go on to Kirby Summers' page, because, like I said, this person does not have any respect. Because if she did, then who is she working for? Probably not me or you. So I got that. So now I got that off my chest. And also by the way, John Travolta admitted in 2018 he had never heard of that guy before. And the sad part is we have to worry about this straw man, but not people like Kobe Bryant and also Isaac Cappy, especially Marie Abramovich. People who have been actually existed and have done either horrible crimes, or they were savagely killed just because they told the truth. But in any case, that's all I have to say for now. Probably next week, I'm going to go back to Ohio State Line, cashing in my Christmas tickets, and after I post my video about me at my relative's house for Christmas Eve, that's it for that. That's it for this year. I want to thank everybody for supporting me during 2025. My next scratch up video will come in January, which will be the new tickets for the Who's Lottery and the Illinois Lottery. And then we're going to probably decide whether or not I should take another hiatus for the winter. In all respects, this is Eric Dis saying goodbye. Remember, please be responsibly. Leave my comments, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you again next time. And thank you for my support.